had I gotten caught, I could always be like, I was looking for hydraulic leaks. But if the space was still fucking filthy after 4 hours, that's how you're gonna get hammered.
Yeah. You got to bang some workout, which is why
the job happens first, and then you want to dodge
fuck around.
the extra shit. That's what's fucking. Field days in the Navy is basically clean.
We had the same thing in the Marines. Field day.
Not when it's clean. You clean when they say you're done cleaning. So, you do your cleanup. They assign you a spot. It's like, all right, make this fucking place look good. It takes like an hour. Field days are 4 hours. What am I going to do for another 3 hours now that my spot is clean?
Field days are usually as long as they say it's going to be.
Exactly. So you find a space to fucking bail if you can. If you're in a space where there's a hiding spot, like nice. And like honestly, I think the senior guys actually assign positions based on that shit.
Oh yeah. If they like you,
yes, exactly.
At least I was in trouble, but I was well liked. So like, Lejeune probably had something to do with this, but.
So you're like, Hamill and so go back and clean Shaft Alley. So
Shaft Alley.
Yeah. So Shaft Alley's all the way back. Obviously, is where the shaft exits the people compartment into the outside. And so there's all kinds of hydraulics and stuff. Usually there's an oil leak or something like that. So you mop up the oil, and you're pretty much fucking done. And you'll get more work if you go all the way forward and say that you're done. So you just you find a spot to fucking chill.
That's like being a PFC. They make you cut the grass and pick up cigarette butts, and then you're like, "I'm done, Sergeant." And like, that was quick. Might as well do this side. And then go do this and go do that.
There's two spots where I fell asleep back in Shaft Alley. One was up in the overhead in this massive low pressure air piping. And I remember sleeping on top of this piping like a freaking jaguar, in the Amazon, and then waking up to the chief of the boat and the captain doing their walkthrough.
Just like me, you were like, oh, they don't find me.
I slept all the way to the last 20 minutes of field day, and I woke up to them underneath me. There's all kinds of noise and stuff, so that sense, that your hearing sense, is basically obsolete. But if they look up, like, they're gonna see big
Is that
stupid
a sailor
me,
up there?
Big stupid me just hanging off a pipe,
Yeah.
And I was so cross, man. I was like, fuck, don't look up here, because there's nothing to clean up there. You would only be fucking off.
I would just say, saw some cobwebs.
Common boot camp training questions. If you fuck up,
you never get away with that.
If you fuck up, do they actually make you go and cut the grass with scissors?
Oh, beyond that, dude.
Yeah, it's worse than that. They called it scuzz brush bulkhead.
Oh yeah.
You took a brush this big.
Yeah.
And so that's real.
And brush the grass?
Yeah. No, the inside, like the barracks.
Hands and knees brushing the floor and shit.
Yeah. Toothbrushes too, shitters. But dude, you got to earn that.
Yeah.
So which means you got to get caught, and we're talking about not getting caught.
Yeah, of course.
But this is not in boot camp. I was in the fleet at this point. In boot camp, there's no getting away with anything.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah,
you better not laugh. You better not make anything small.
Well, you're under tight supervision the whole time. They have constant accountability of where you are, what you're doing at all times.
Everything, man.
And if you fuck up, you're kind of a dumbass, basically.
Well, it's only because you thought you could get away with it.
Right. Yeah. And you're basically a dumbass, right?
Yeah. But I mean, there's some guys that are dumbasses for different reasons. Dumbass for thinking you can get away with it. And the balls for trying something that stupid.
Yeah, against somebody who's been in there for like 10 years, 15 years.
They got eyes on everything, man.
Well, boot camp's totally different. But the fleet, it's a job, man. It's a little different. Well, they're still way more strict than any civilian job you'll get. And the accountability is high. But, you can find little chinks in the armor, I would say. Little skate duty things. And again, I'm talking about years of service. And those are the only couple times where I'd skate out and fall asleep somewhere. But everybody does it at some point. Man, you're just not feeling it one day. And you don't want to go to BAS, which is Battalion Aid Station in the Marines, or,
I mean, the Army, we don't really know what it is until I get in there.
Yeah.
The real trouble with that scenario, like, had I gotten caught, I could always be like, I was looking for hydraulic leaks, and they might know that.
Fell down, bumped my head, and
but if the space was still fucking filthy after 4 hours, that's how you're gonna get hammered.
Yeah. You got to bang some workout, which is why before I went to hide under the uniforms, I set my station up real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you put out the milk and stuff.
For Marines to drink.
Right.
And then I was
doing your job.
Yeah,
so the job happens first, and then
then
you
you
want to
can go
dodge
fuck around.
the extra shit. That's what's fucking around.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then I went and hit, I mean, my shit's done.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to be in there. And if they would have caught me, I think a couple things would have happened.
You probably would've
First of all, the
got
guy
ass
would have thought it
whooping.
was hilarious. You know, they would have told my platoon. And God knows what they would have done to
Platoon
me.
would have been like, what the fuck was your...
Yeah, you're on mess duty and you're fucking sleeping.
Yeah, make you dig
in the
a hole or
NCO's
All right,
office.
Lazar, go and do this.
Oh, we're going to go running or whatever. Well, I had a platoon sergeant, not a platoon sergeant, he was a section leader, he was a sergeant at the time. I was just walking down the hall with the company office going to do something else. And he's like, hey. And I was like, you're morning staff sergeant. And he's like, did you get charged up last night? And I was like, no, staff sergeant. And he goes, you fucking look like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, staff sergeant. I was just going to see the corpsman because he said I messed up and luckily I had the name. I can't remember, but apparently it's a tendon.
Lateral artery or some shit.
Some tendon in my knee. And he's like, well, are you good to go? And I was like, yes, staff sergeant. He just gave me Motrin. He's like, rah? So you're telling me you could go run with me right now? And I rolled the fucking dice, man. And I was like, yes, staff sergeant. And he's like, fucking carry on. Staff sergeant. I mean, it could have went two ways. He's like,
he would have been like, let's go run right now.
but he's done it before.
Right.
And I've seen it. And I'm like, either I'm going to go running and puke my guts out.
Yeah, or he's got something better to do.
And I think he had something better to do. Because he just kind of looked at me and he's like, well, fucking carry on. You know, and those are the kind of the nuances in the military, I admit. I mean, that's pretty funny. And plus, by the way, if you're a real shitbag, you would never get away with these things. Because you're talking about years I was in, and that's only two or three times I was just like, I'm going to skate.
Yeah.
Fuck these people. And that doesn't happen very often. And plus, you got to kind of gauge it out. But they call it skating or skate duty, like you're coasting.
Well, there's usually
Kind of
someone.
like skipping school. If they find out you're a skipper, they're going to be like, oh,
it's like
he's
skipping
known for
school
doing
at
this shit.
school. It'd be like if you hid in the building at school just so nobody tells
And
you.
there's always someone close to you that knows what you're up to. So
Yeah.
if you always have
Probably.
close
Yeah, he
buddy.
could always snitch on you too if you wanted to, yeah.
or cover or help you.
Yeah, or help
And
you.
if you utilize
I'm
it too
pretty
much,
sure I heard he had some shit going on. He had to go down to
yeah.
supply at the other end of the bay. I don't know. He said something about that though.
If you're constantly trying to dodge everyone who knows
it
you're
gets
doing
old.
it, and then you'll create a different reputation for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll cover for
but
you,
in order to get away with those few times you need to be known as a good Marine, good soldier, good sailor. And I actually, it's a lot more fun to do your job the best you can and enjoy it and get
skip
shit
out on
done.
it. Yeah.
And then, at the end of the day, man, the beer tastes good. Everything's better. Everything's better.
Everybody's
But some
happy, yeah.
days, man, like coming back from the 5 wise men at 2 o'clock in the morning and having to report to duty in an hour and a half and frying up burgers in the place you shouldn't have even been. That's different.